Not only is China the largest auto market in the entire world by a significant margin, sedans live and thrive there in multiple varieties: gas cars, hybrids, plug-in hybrids, and especially electric nowadays. And we're starting to see traditional automakers that typically reveal their designs in their home market or in North America, right? We're starting to see the designs actually be debuted first in China. All right, and that's no exception with the two sedans we have today. What I have for you guys today is what we could see with the next gen Corolla. Not only that, we have information about Nissan's new Sylphy, which is the same thing as our Sentra, and we have images on that too. So guys, if you are excited to discuss these potential redesigns for our market, make sure to smash that like button. And we will be getting an official reveal on the Nissan Sentra soon. And will it differ from this? Well, we're going to break that down today. But we're going to start with the best-selling nameplate in the entire world all time, as Abraham is ready to greet us. What do you have? What is this? Poor kid has 4 older sisters, so unfortunately, most of his costumes are not on the masculine side. Abe, I don't know what this is, buddy. This is called Tutu Dreams. It still has a sticker on it. I think it's too big for you. You want to wear it? Yeah. Yeah? Little does he know when he's a teenager, I can use that as leverage. We have a few images here. Again, this is from the Chinese market. All right, so let's get into these images. There's not a lot to talk about. There are no specs or anything. All right, they get the same powertrains as we do, 1.8 hybrid and 2-liter naturally aspirated. Okay, Hammerhead design has made its way to the Corolla. This is a Corolla sedan, obviously. What is there to say? Like, these little cutouts here look like the Crown Signia. This looks like the Prius, the normal Crown mixed with the Prius. It's kind of its own thing, but obviously you can tell without a doubt it's within the Toyota family. The Toyota badge up here, right after the hood ends on the top of the bumper. That's being very common. We even see this on the new Lexus IS refresh. Now this is more of a sport model. You see bigger blacked out wheels there. All right. This is a dorkier model with smaller, probably 16-inch wheels. Instead of the 18s you just saw. All right, but honestly, it looks exactly the same. The back, it almost looks like a light bar. These taillights are definitely different. All right, but how does it, like, I'll put the normal, what we have right now, the Corolla on the screen. I honestly don't think one looks better than the other. They're both Corollas. They're both a bit snoozy. Watch my review on the Corolla FX because, well, it's not very good. That was the FX sedan, and the FX hatchback at least looks a lot cooler. But yeah, this is not moving the needle for me whatsoever. All right. So what we do need to talk about is, if one, if this is coming to the US, and two, what's next for the Corolla? And this is something I didn't really address too much in my FX review last week. All right. Is this coming to the United States? And the answer is, as this facelift, highly unlikely. Let me explain. About a year ago, Lexus refreshed to the ES. You're saying, like, this made no sense to me because the refresh existed for about a year before they completely redesigned it with the new model. All right, so this sort of refresh we never saw in the United States. It only lived for a year before Lexus cancels this car and replaces it with the new ES fully battery electric and ES hybrid, no longer a V6. All right, so they gave it some unique grille designs and they gave it some unique lights. They also modified the interior, which I don't know if there's any pictures here, but they did modify the interior for this. They gave it the big 14-inch screen. On the inside, got rid of the clock. You know the modern Lexus treatment. Get rid of the clock, give it more tech, make me throw open my mouth a little bit, but that's just where we are when China dictates the market. So going back to this little Corolla, no, I don't think this is going to last. Lexus and Toyota are doing everything they can to at least stay relevant in China, which is highly competitive. So they're more willing to spend a little bit of money there for a 1-year refresh if they have to bide their time before the redesign comes. And we will be getting a redesigned Corolla a year or two from now. I'm sure it's been delayed. This car's already been out about 6 years in its current form. And man, it has not aged that well, to be honest. The Corolla Hybrid's fine, and optional all-wheel drive is great, but the standard model is not good. It's not a good powertrain. I'm not saying it's not reliable. It's just awful driving experience, not responsive, slow, unless your foot is buried underground, pushing that pedal as hard as you can. You know, there's a lot of talk from Japan that a Corolla wagon could be coming to the US. Well, they're not to the US, that's my hopes, but they're supposed to have multiple variations of Corolla wagons for different markets. You could see multiple wagons for the UK or the European markets out there, but this is just a stopgap. This is just literally a band-aid until the new Corolla comes with range extenders. Now, will we see the new range extenders stateside? And the answer is unlikely, very unlikely, because that would pretty much put it past Prius or in line with Prius pricing. So what we could see is a new 1.5 four-cylinder hybrid, and we could be getting 60, 70 miles per gallon. Maybe that's too lofty, 70, but anything's possible. The new engines allow for a lower hood line because they're much more compact, and they're really designed with larger hybrid batteries, have a larger buffer. Larger buffer typically means a little bit better fuel economy, assuming you don't go too oversized on that hybrid battery, because they get a little bit heavy. Not like a plug-in hybrid, like the CX-70 I'm driving this week is a plug-in hybrid, and that thing feels porky. All right, but secret to the Corolla, standard hybrid, that's what they need to do. Get rid of the naturally aspirated stuff for our market. Gas-only stuff for our market. Bring it hybrid only. And it'll sell like hotcakes, like the new Camry is doing, like the new RAV4 is going to be doing. All right, so let me know what you would want. I'm not going to go too much on the interior. Look at the new RAV4 for where interiors are going for Toyota, and that'll give you an idea of what the Corolla will look like. It won't be a copy and paste, but that's a general template. Nissan has a couple joint ventures in China, just like Toyota does, just like Honda does, just like most manufacturers. Is this the new full model change rather than a minor change? Well, I actually don't know. My gut would tell me, due to Nissan's investment or Nissan's financial issues, not being able to invest as much as they need to in a new platform, this is telling me that this is probably going to be on the same platform as the outgoing Sentra. They'll call it an all-new generation, but it is going to be an improved on the old platform. And you can make massive strides by doing that. Look, the new Lexus IS just keeps refining and improving the platform. I don't know what that's going to be like. I have to drive it first. But if we look at the Toyota Camry from 24 to 25, it looks the same from the side, same platform. They drive completely different. The new one's way more solid feeling. It feels like a Lexus in many ways when you drive it compared to the old Camry, which felt very much like a Toyota. All right, kind of cheap feeling. The new Camry, even in the base $30,000 LE, feels premium. Okay. Can Nissan refine this Sentra platform to feel more premium? And I sure hope so. Now, the Sentra does a few things really well. Fuel economy is good on it. Responsiveness is good from the little four-cylinder with the CVT. The Sentra is far more fun to drive and more responsive, even though on paper it's underpowered compared to the Toyota Corolla with the CVT. This is a better car than the Corolla CVT, hands down. Which one you would take for reliability? I know you guys would say, oh, I'd take the Corolla, but I would be happy to take the Sentra over the Corolla, because every second that I'm driving the Corolla CVT, not the hybrid, the non-hybrid Corolla, it's a painful experience from a driver's perspective. It just sucks. Nissan CVTs are zippy, snappy, and very intuitive and responsive. I don't expect to have e-power on the Sentra stateside, unfortunately. Maybe eventually, but not right now. And there's no plans to fully electrify it or range extend. There's none of that. And this is more than likely what the Sentra is going to look like. Remember, I got to show this to you. This was teased below. This was teased from Nissan themselves. Now, different wheel design, maybe a different bumper. And that's the thing. Like the Chinese market differs a lot from headlight design to taillight design. Often we saw that on the new Corolla or the refresh Corolla for China. Will our bumper look like this? Well, it looks like the headlights are identical. Look at this. There is maybe a difference. Maybe the Chinese market gets a light bar that goes across. These lights come up maybe a little bit more, but guys, look at the headline. Everything about like the lines of the car is identical. Maybe the rear bumper is a little different, but it's very similar. And this little skirt here at the bottom, this could be like an SR we're looking at, but look how big the wheels are. So more than likely something like an SR, which is going to have its own unique styling more than likely. I mean, what we're looking at here is a really good indicator. I mean, even look at the back window here. Okay, it kind of cuts exactly the same with the Chinese market model. All right, we have a front look, front on. Is ours going to look like this? I'd say 50-50 shot. But again, the headlights seem to be a lock. All right, and in the Nissan badge there seems to be a lock. Let me know, like, as we go back to the Corolla here, and I don't have a front on image, do you like how the Toyota badge is not like on the front, like a Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer sort of thing? On certain vehicles like the ID Buzz, I love that big dinner plate Volkswagen logo up front. It's really cutesy. I kind of like the more subtle Toyota logo here compared to this Dongfeng Nissan, big Nissan logo up front. It gives it maybe a more humanistic look to it with eyes and a nose sort of thing. Let me know if you guys like that. Okay, and they show all the upcoming vehicles. Guys, still, hopefully by the end of this year, unless it's been delayed, we'll get the Outlander rebadged as a Nissan Rogue plug-in hybrid. Okay, we'll have e-Power about a year from now in a redesigned Nissan Rogue. We should have a slightly refreshed Pathfinder. Keep the V6 for the love of God. Keep the V6. Do not put the VC turbo in it. 2-liter. I'm also driving the QX60 this week. So wait for my impressions on that engine. All right. And then here's a new Sentra. Here's the Leaf. Again, watch my new impressions on the Leaf that just went live the day before this recording. And then we'll have some cutesy little Xterra thing. Now, I pray to God that this is the body on frame Xterra, but look at how smooth this is right here. I don't know. Like, this vehicle is not a priority right now for Nissan. Bring in body on frame. Gasoline and hybrid and plug-in hybrid, that's the priority. All right, a better look at the triple beam LEDs here. Another look at the front end. Again, I mean, look how much this juts out. Definitely an underbite situation. We might have that same sort of thing on our model as well. Here's the back end of the car. Okay, it looks just like the current one, different taillights maybe. Here's the rear end. Is ours going to look like this? I don't know, but hey, the front ends look pretty similar, at least based off the teaser. And we have kind of the light bar in the back. I mean, everything's going light bar in the back nowadays. It is what it is. Light bar on the front, light bar in the back. Everyone loves it. Sylphie right there. Let me know if you guys watch Jobless Reincarnation of Red, the manga. Okay, you guys would know what who Sylphie is or Sylphiette. All right, so that's what I think of when I see this car's name now. We know Nissan's been very transparent with their upcoming vehicles and the powertrains that they will use. Third gen e-Power here should be better on highway usage, and that's what kept e-Power out of the United States in the first place. And it'll be interesting to see just how good it compares to Toyota and Honda hybrids in the CR-V and the RAV4. This is great to see. Plug-in hybrid Outlander is the only decent Mitsubishi in my opinion. All right, so we know really what's coming powertrain wise, so don't expect any surprises on the Sentra. All right, they have never even given a little inkling that we would see e-Power hybrid on a Sentra. Doesn't mean it's not possible, but I would say there's like a 1% chance. Okay, I would love to see manual transmission. I would love to see an actual like SER Sentra, right? Back in the day, guys, SER Sentras, I remember geeking out on these things when I was a kid in high school. 02 Sentra, I mean, we're a long ways away from Nissan ever offering this sort of excitement in the Sentra lineup, if ever. All right. I mean, it almost looks like a mini Skyline up here from up front. The best days of the Sentra in terms of sales and popularity, it's probably behind them. And fun, definitely, like just overall fun Sentra, those days are gone. far in the past, and it's possible we could see that in the future. Look, Infiniti is getting a manual Skyline back in the lineup as a Q50 rear-wheel drive twin-turbo V6. Think of it as a Nissan Z, but in a sedan, the manual, and that sounds amazing. Sounds like a very unique and much-needed product. It's nichey, but it would be awesome. Of course, we'll have an automatic of it as well. Anyways, what do you think of the new Corolla refresh? Again, not going to come to the U.S., and what do you think of this Sentra? Is this the Sylphy here? Is this what you guys are expecting to come to the US? I think there's a good chance. And I think it, you know, if it looks exactly like this, yeah, sure. I mean, do I think it looks better than the current gen? Not necessarily. It's definitely an evolution. It's definitely a side grade, I would say. Maybe the interior takes a big step forward, and that will bring, and if they keep prices down, that's also key. Again, the problem is, the Sylphy for our market, the Sentra, is built in Mexico. There's a lot of tariffs coming from imported vehicles from Mexico if they don't align with the USMCA agreement. I'll see you in the comments, and stay tuned. I got a lot more coming for you guys here on the channel. If you want to see what the Nissan Leaf was all about, how it really surprised me, is going to bring a lot of new EV buyers into their first EV, check out this video around my face, and I'll catch you in the next one. Have a great day. Peace.